So, we kind of went in just kind of too doe-eyed, like, we're here to answer questions and give you information of what we've seen and experienced and what we've done as Scientologists. My favorite moment was the beginning, really, Claire. Was what tell him what
Oh
Chief
my
Moore
gosh.
said when he
So,
walked in the room.
Leah,
So,
as you said, there's at least 10 people there and there's more
mm.
people outside. And he walks in and he says to Leah, "And who are you?"
You are
"You are. You are." I mean,
Mike,
come
Mike,
on.
Mike. Now listen, I'm not precious. I never assume anybody knows me. Like I don't
That's
ever
true.
like I like
That's absolutely true, Leah.
yeah
Absolutely. I've been with
like
you so many times when
I,
that is a
Wow.
line from a movie script of how you put down someone
mhm.
right at the outset of a meeting.
Yeah, we thought we were going to sit down and explain. We what we wanted to say was, we need you to understand what this organization is doing. So we
Right.
got out maybe two sentences. I said, we introduced ourselves and why we were there. He and Claire, you could stop me at any time. He cut us off. He said he only had 45 minutes and then went into a political speech about what the LAPD is there for and how amazing he is and the amazing work that he's done. And
And how they support all groups
yes, they support,
equally.
uh-huh. And, at a certain point, because I knew the time was running out, I was like, he's giving this like, bullshit political speech. And he wasn't warm. He wasn't inviting. He was quite rude. He was quite aggressive. And I was really put off by it. Again, Mike, it being, in the public eye, I'm just kind of like not used to that kind of antagonism from a non-Scientology group,
Right.
supposedly. So I was a little bit put off. Like I was crying in the car to Claire. I was like, I felt so bad about I was like, I feel like I was like in a meeting with Scientologists. I felt so uncomfortable, and Claire flew in for that meeting, and it was like really important to us. And his attitude was so crazy to me. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And at one point, I cut him off, and I said, if you could just let Claire speak to you about, for example, Claire has experienced abuse, witnessed abuse at the hands of David Miscavige and the people that you were befriending, like Kirsten Catano Peterson, and all, these people that you think are good, they're. And he said, listen, he cut me off and he said, listen, that's you're saying that. And I said, well, no, we're not saying it, honey. We're the people that were, well, yeah, she's saying it because she witnessed abuse. But if you could, he said, no, 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 I don't know, critics. And I said, well, interesting. You're using the words of Scientology. I said, because we're not critics. And I started to raise my voice. I said, we're not critics. We're actually advocates. She's actually a whistleblower. She's an advocate. She has and it was, and then somebody had to intervene. And then he said, and I don't appreciate, all of a sudden he became, who he was showing us he was. He said, and I don't appreciate you going public and tweeting what you tweeted about the investigation into Shelley Miscavige. And I said, and I don't appreciate you. I don't appreciate you releasing a statement and not actually performing a welfare check on somebody who's been missing. So you drew first blood. I didn't. And then the lawyer who was with us said, all right, like he literally had to intervene. I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe this, Mike, that he was using the words of Scientology, that he all of a sudden he knew exactly who I was because he had a problem with me sharing with the public what was happening at the very top and what was happening of, again, not finding Shelley Miscavige, not having any answers truly. Then what Yashar Ali had uncovered recently about Shelley Miscavige, what we uncovered in the Polka emails that we had no idea about. Like it was like what you were supposed to be the good guy. It was clear. I mean, look how I'm getting riled up. It was so insane to me, Mike, and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, I understand.